Good morning to one and all. So last class we discussed about the topic, the difference between private company and the public company. The next we discuss about that, what is the documents, the primary document which are required at the time of registration, that is the memorandum of association. We discuss what are the various classes will be there, name class, object class, situation class, liability class, association class. So this topic we discussed in the last class. Then also we see one interesting video about that, how to register a private company. So let's move on to our main units. Is the unit number 1, issue of share. That is the problem point of view. So first we should know that what is meant by share capital. So any amount which are invested by an employee, which are invested by the members, is called the share capital. Amount invested by the members to establish a company. So when we come to the share capital, there are various types of share capital is there. One is called the authorized share capital, issued share capital, subscribed share capital, called up share capital, paid up share capital. So first we discuss that what is meant by authorized share capital. It is the maximum amount which the company is authorized to raise by issuing the shares given by the registrar of the companies. It is also called as the nominal capital or registered capital. It is that capital which are shown in memorandum of association. How much capital is invested by members, total capital. It is called the initial capital. It is called the nominal capital. It is called the registered capital. That means at the time of registration, what the capital amount is shown in the memorandum of association, it is called as the authorized capital, initial capital. So when we come to the issued capital, it refers to that part of the capital, unauthorized capital, which is offered to the public for subscription. So at the time of issuing the shares, so how much capital is issued to the public? That is called the issued share capital. So the issued share capital should not be more than the authorized capital. It is normal. So okay, if 100 crores is there, authorized capital, from the 100 crores, so that means the partially will be issued to the public. So it should be more than, it will not come there. So that capital which are issued to the public for subscription is called the issued capital. Is it clear? So authorized capital, initial capital, investment, how much amount is invested by each member, the total amount will be, total amount is capital is called the authorized capital. From that authorized capital, the company issue share in the market. So I already told that share is a part of capital. So here whatever the amount capital which are issued by the company to the public for subscription is called the issued capital. The next, subscribed capital. It refers to that part of the issued share capital which is purchased or taken up by the public. A company issued the shares in the market, 100 shares for example will issue. From that 100 shares, only 90 shares will be purchased, subscribed. That means part of the issued capital which is purchased or taken up by the public. Is it clear? Then next come to that called up share capital. It refers to that part of the subscribed capital for which the company makes a call to collect the remaining portion of the share money called as call money. Sometimes shareholders purchase the share by paying the whole amount. But in some cases, the shareholders purchase the shares by paying partial amount, and the remaining will be paid in call wise. Is it clear? The next is the paid up share capital. It refers to the amount received against the calls made on the shares. The unpaid balance of the called up capital is known as uncalled up capital or calls in arrears. So how much amount is paid by the public by purchasing the shares will be called as a paid up share capital. Now clear? Authorized capital, initial capital. Issued capital, the company issue the shares. Portion of the capital is issued in the market. Issued capital. Subscribed capital, how much shares is purchased, purchased by the public. Then called up share capital is the call basis. Sometimes the shares will be purchased on paying the whole amount, sometimes they purchase the shares on the partial amount, call wise. Then paid up share capital is how much amount is paid and how much amount is unpaid. Unpaid up share capital is also there. Paid up capital is how much amount is received and how much amount is remaining. It is come under the unpaid, okay, unpaid share capital. Then next we go to the shares. When we come to the shares, share is a part of capital. A portion of the capital is issued to the public, that is called the shares. Those who purchase the shares, they are called the shareholders. And for that, the company every year from his profit, certain percentage of profit will be given to shareholders. That is called the dividend. It's clear. Shares is a part of capital. Those who purchase the shares of the company, they are called the shareholders, and shareholders will receive a profit every year. It is called the dividend. So when we come to the types of shares, there are two types of shares is there. One is equity shares, one is preference shares. So those who purchase the equity shares, company issue both the shares. They will mention in his prospectus. Prospectus means a advertisement. And it is a type of advertisement, like we given the advertisement for the product and services. Like the same way, company issue the shares, call the public to purchase the share of the company. So for that, they issue a prospectus. So in prospectus, every details will be there. The company history, the company's nature of business, the company's how many members will be there, what type of business they are doing there, what is the loss of the company's goodwill, performance, company's profit, and along with application forms and along with the audited balance sheet, accounting statement will be given there. Okay, it will be 15 pages, 20 pages, 25 pages will be there. So that means everything, that means that the shareholder can go through all the satisfied, and after that they can apply the applications form. Then whatever the payment methods will be there, they follow the payment method. So that is called the prospectus will be given there. Okay, so in prospectus they mention that The company issue the equity shares or the company issue the preference shares. If the company issue the equity shares, those who purchase the equity shares, they are real owner of the company. So they are the owner of the company, they are a part and parcel of the company. So without the permission of the equity shareholders, no decision should be made there. So whatever the transaction which will be done and whatever the policy which will be taken in the company, it should be informed to the equity shareholders, and the equity shareholders have the right to attend the meetings, to speak in the meetings. So every rights will be there. For the equity shareholders, they are the real owner of the company. But the disadvantages is for the equity shareholder is, that means equity shareholders will get the dividend only when amount is balanced, when profit is balanced. So first preference will be given to the preference shareholders. After that, if any balance amount will be there, it should be given going to the it will be divided to the equity shareholders equally. So it depends on the profit. If the company has a profit, they can get the dividend. If the company incur the loss, they will not get the dividend, and the dividend is not stable, it's not same. It really depends on the how much amount is balanced in the company. So but they have the rights that they are the owner of the company. They himself, they can call, okay, I am the owner of the company, so and so company, because I purchased the shares of that equity shares of the company. That is the benefit is there. So come to the preference shares. Preference shareholder is the real preference shareholders is just a outsider. He is not the owner of the company, but preference is given to the preference shareholders at the time of giving the dividends. But preference shareholders has no rights to go inside the company also. Then no question of attending the meeting, speaking in the meeting, etc. So preference shareholders is just here outsider. He will get only the dividends, nothing else. They will not involve in the company's activities. So they will not himself called as a member or owner of the company. It's clear. So equity shares, preference shares. Equity shareholder is the real owner of the company, whereas the preference shareholders is just a outsider. Is it clear? So equity shareholders get the dividend only at the when the profit is balanced, but preference shareholders get the dividends first. Preference will be given. Clear? So next we move on, that what are the various classification of shares. I hope these are all the types of shares you know. You studied in the +1 and +2 commerce. I will once again I will recall it. Cumulative preference shares. When a company issue preference shares, in his prospectus he should mention what types of preference share the company issue. If the company issue cumulative preference shares, what is the benefit? Cumulative means accumulate, added, dividend is added. For example, if you purchase a share of the company, cumulative preference shares of a company, this year 6% percentage is fixed for preference shares. Equity shares, there is no percentage is fixed. So in the prospectus you see that is this 6% of preference, cumulative preference shares. You purchase the share of the company, cumulative preference shares of the company. So this year you get a 6% dividend. Next year the company incurred the loss. so the company cannot issue any dividend. Third year, the company incur profit. Here, if you purchase the cumulative preference shares, last year you have not received the 6% dividend, that 6% dividend is included in this year, so you get 12%. That is the benefit of cumulative preference shares. So whatever the dividend you are not received in the last year, it will be added in the this year. The non-cumulative preference share is opposite of the above. Here, if a company incur a losses in a particular year, the company has not issued dividend. Next year, you will get only 6% preference shares, 6% dividend only, because you purchase the non-cumulative preference shares. Is it clear? Participating preference shares. So it is extra bonus dividend will be given. Already 6% preference share is received. After that also, if any profit is balanced, so from that certain percentage will be given to the participating preference. That means participating in the profit. So extra dividend is given those who purchase the participating preference shares. When we come to the non-participating preference shares, it is the opposite of the above. Here that you will receive only the 6% preference shares only, no extra dividend is given, and you also have no right to ask to the company for any extra dividend. Then redeemable preference shares. Here redeemable means refundable. The amount paid on shares are not refundable except when the company is liquidated. So the amount cannot be received by the preference shareholders. Whereas non-redeemable or irredeemable preference share which cannot be redeemed during the lifetime of the company are called as irredeemable preference shares, which cannot be redeemed, which cannot be refundable during the lifetime of the company. So that is that. Then convertible preference share is, that means if you purchase a convertible preference shares and in between you want to convert it into equity shares, you can convert it easily because you purchase a convertible preference share. So convertible preference shares can be converted into equity shares. Is it clear? So you purchase a preference shares, then next you decide that I myself should be called as a owner of the company. So that means you can convert your preference shares and become the equity shareholders. Then non-convertible preference shares, no such option will be available in the non-convertible preference shares. Guaranteed preference shares. To the shareholders of such shares, dividend or fixed rate are guaranteed irrespective of the fact whether the company has earned any profit or not. That means the dividend is guaranteed. Either the company will get the profit or either the company will be incurred the loss, but you will get that particular fixed dividend 6% every year. That is called the guaranteed preference shares. So classification of issue of share. One is for full consideration. Sometimes shares will be issued with lump sum amount. full consideration, full amount will be paid. Then sometime the consideration received with the installment basis, call basis. First call, second call, third call, final call. That means first amount we should be paid. Then after that the remaining amount will be paid in the installment basis. Then without consideration is, that is the bonus share, extra shares will be given to the already existing shareholders. Then issue other method is right issue, sweat equity or private placement. That means the other way, through the brokers, through the agents, through the intermediaries, the company issue the shares in the market. So I hope it is clear that. So today we discuss the topic about that. What is the share capital? What are the types of share capital? Then next we discuss about that. What is mean by shares? What are the different types? What are the various types of shares? Then the classification of shares, that is the classification of preference shares, types of preference shares here. Okay. The next is with that the classification of issue of shares. So full consideration will be issued, partial installment basis will be there, extra bonus shares will be given, or the shares will be issued through the intermediaries, brokers, agents, or through the stock exchange, like that. So okay, today we go to the one more video. So it is there in my YouTube itself. You see that. I will show. Yes. So this is my channel. It's in my channel. Look that, Muhammad Fayaz Ahmad Network. Okay, I will show this video. It will show clearly. this you have to prepare. So these are the journal entries you should be remember while preparing the issue of share accounts. So these are all the important entries you should must remember. Without not remembering the entries, you should not prepare the account. So okay. So I hope you understand this. So we'll meet in the next class. Thank you.